Hey YouTube, we are back with episode 3 of our SFO Grimhammer playthrough modded campaign for Total Warhammer 2, playing as the Awakened headed by Luthor Harkon. We left off last time with a bit of a dilemma here, so I don't think we're going to win this fight, but we're going to see if we can't do a lot of damage to them as much as possible, because that's really what we want to end up doing. Is we want to do we want to try to do as much damage to them as we can in the time allotted to us, because I don't think we have the firepower, and we don't really have the units to do anything other. So let's see. That's a hill. We don't want to be fighting in there. It'd be nice to Vanguard deploy, but that hill is going to mess with us a little bit. So what we'll do here, we're going to set up our gun line. Let's see. Actually, we might have enough. We might have enough to do a bit of a. Let's see. Let's see if we can set up a formation here that might be useful. So we're going to try to set up a.
Corkscrew.
I'm going to try to set up a. No, we're going to try to set up a. I forget the word. I'm going to try to set up a formation here.
Gunnery mob.
Let's see about those two.
Gunnery mob. From salt. Backhands. Gunnery mob.
So we're going to try to set up this kind of formation. This will give our units the best line of sight. We can collapse two of our units onto their units to kind of leave that line of sight open. I've got another gun unit over here, a couple of gun units over here to kind of harass them from the side if they come this way. Actually, back them a bit. We've also got our bloated corpse over there to take out. We're going to use some of our. I don't think they have much ranged. They've only got these. Well, they're hidden. So they won't be able to show us, but we should be able to at least take out some Feral Cold One units with these guns. Well, we'll try it out. Actually good, the chameleon stalkers are using up their ammunition on us rather than... And we're distracting that fro code 1 unit, so that's working out in our favor. Exhausted most of their ammunition.
Up on deck! Go! Blood and salt! Blood and salt! Bones and flesh. Aye! On the way. On way. On way. Tannery. Out of way. Moving. Bones and flesh. Good shit. Die. Backhands. Move it. Yeah. Attack.
So this is actually working out relatively okay for us right now.
Sea prey. Kill. Soon. Soon. Get lava. We serve. Ah. Captain. Eat flesh. Die. Moving. Lurching. Tannery. Dick hands. Aye. Attack! Eat flesh. Overboard! Gunnery mob. From souls. Food. Onward.
Move those out of the way.
Landslapper. Go. Yeah. Zombie. Landslapper. Andex. Okay. Go. Undead. Drown them. Corpse crew. Fight. Soon. Ah! Gunnery mob. Gunnery mob. We serve. Aye. Gunnery mob. Get up. From souls. All aboard. Nurture.
Okay, this is actually not going too badly.
Mob.
Wish these guys would organize themselves a little bit better, but just freak them out real quick with some fear.
Dick hands. Always crew. Hell. Gunnery mob. Always crew. Sea prey.
Let's see. Let's put some fear onto him. Look at that. They've all managed to rout. So, let's see if we can't. I think that's. I want to get rid of him.
Gunnery mob.
I see their bats carrying zombies with sabers and guns. So they're not basically half the units of a regular gunner or a regular bat unit because they have to double up. So they can't output a lot of damage one way or the other, which is not ideal, but I think we've used them as best we could. So hey, a Pyrrhic victory is better than a valiant defeat. So that'll deal a significant amount of damage to the Cult of Sotek, which is going to push them back. Hopefully the Dark Elves are going to not overwhelm us too much, because I don't think there's a huge amount that we can do, honestly, with Luthor Harkon to get to where he's got to be. We're going to need that healing. So if they're going to be stuck in our territory, they're going to keep taking attrition, which means their units are just going to fall apart a lot faster. Okay, so they're coming for the Blood Swamp. So we were able to defend. Oh, they're actually going back. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we might have freaked them out good enough that they're kind of backing off of us. That's really good. Okay. Alright, we might be able to take a breath for a second here and see if we can't go back.
My skills increase.
Luthor Harkon.
So we've got this guy who just
a defector.
ranked up, so we can give him, we level him up, that's the rounded gunnery mob and more gunnery mob. Honestly, I think what might be better for him is Gaze and Nagash. Some single target removal.
Harkon rules, king of the Vampire Coast.
Let's see, nothing useful. Let's see what we can.
I hear voices.
Let's see what Harkon can raise. Nice.
Keep the waters in sight.
Let's go south. Upgrade to the carronades. And for now, get one more mortar. Let's repair the main building. Demolish this, and we will eventually repair this building.
Master.
So Harkon's gonna go south. I'm assuming, wow, they're coming back. I don't know why. Seems like a bad idea to me. But, oh, okay. So just like last time, I think we're gonna have our bats, our deck droppers, focus on that the feral cold ones unit. It looks like they got their main lord, which is actually better for us because he's, for being a spellcaster, he's also weaker against, I think, against missiles than a Saurus Oldblood. So he might actually, yeah, he's got less armor too. So we're gonna have to, just like last time, we're going to,
Gunnery mob.
let's hide. Let's hide these guys here.
Gunnery mob.
Have just a couple, because we don't have the kind of infantry we did before to hold off the way we did before. In all honesty, we don't really have the infantry to hold them off that well. So I think I'm gonna have to hope. Let's see. Saurus spears, Saurus warriors. We have to take out those spears. Or we're gonna have to take out those spears.
From salt.
Okay, let's move all of the heavily damaged.
Gunnery mob. Above deck. Deck hands. Gunnery mob.
So what we're going to try to do is have the guns focus down. We're going to have these guys focus down the ferals. We're going to see if we can't take out the Saurus spearmen with this. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Well, wasted their ammo a little bit. Fine with that.
Overboard! Gunnery mob. Get her. Go. Gunnery mob. Blood and salt. Moving. Soon. Deck hands. Gunnery mob. Above deck. Landlubber. Gunnery mob.
Let's make sure everybody's got clear shots.
Gunnery mob. Yeah.
There goes to Henowin.
On the way. Corpse crew. Zombies. We serve.
Yeah, so that worked out pretty well. the bloated corpse didn't get to do exactly what I hoped he would do, but for the most part, everything else performed well. We managed to take out Tehenowin, those spears. I wish we could have killed them completely, but better to hold on to the settlement while they retreat and try to attack again than to let them take the settlement. Which makes me think I'm going to actually go back with Luthor to that temple we sort of half abandoned and do some damage there instead of because the garrison seems to be holding this pretty decently, and it looks like they might be going. I don't know, they're going for the blood swamps. I'm surprised that the high elves aren't attacking the dark elves outright. I mean, they're essentially like the traitor elves, right? So they... Okay, so a plan of action. The night sky bleeds purple, the wind of Shyesh is strong, instilling their crew with newfound vigor and strength. Now is the time for action, for conquest, and for using this magical boon to our advantage. Should we control the seas or turn our attention to the lands? Landhover recovery, push ahead, so let's push ahead.
Luthor Harkon. As you were.
Wish I was able to hit that a little bit extra. Yeah, that 2% difference might have been the difference. Go figure. So,
Keep the waters in sight.
probably going to end up using this guy, the Moonraker, instead of the mizzenmast, because we kind of need that extra movement range. But for now, Sartorius a grape shot.
As a crow flies. Going ashore.
Put ourselves in the blood swamps. Repair that. Build up the garrison there so that it holds.
I smell a defector.
Enchanted ballistic sounds good, and some shark bait. So he for sure is not going to attack. He's going to go back to his Lenopec. Because he wouldn't be crazy enough to attack us. Yeah, he's going to retreat. He might not even make it all the way out of our province, which is going to lend himself to more attrition. Yeah, go attrition. So the next we're going to have to try to deal with is the Dark Elves. So we kind of want to... Let's see. Yeah, looks like they're going to go over there. Hopefully with all that trespassing, it's going to freak the High Elves out and they'll declare war, and then we can... Well, we're never going to ally ourselves with the High Elves. The High Elves don't necessarily like us either.
Curse my crowded psyche.
Let's see. We'll have to build these up at some point. Same with this guy. Looks like the beastmen are starting to... Yeah, that's a beastman totem right there. Hang on, let's get a little better look at it. Yeah, see, that's a beastman totem. So they were the ones that destroyed this settlement, which means they're heading for Zlanopek.
My crew thirsts to spill your blood. Tell
See
me
if we
why
can't...
I shouldn't let them.
Let's see if we can't get a peace treaty and non-aggression pact with the Dark Elves.
Do not order me.
Okay, how about a peace treaty with some payment?
The crew will see to it.
My madness is not weakness.
So they're not going to like me because I made treaties with the Dark Elves. I don't think that this...
My infinite knowledge is yours.
Oh god, look at all that. He's already got a lot, all of his legendary items.
King of the Vampire Coast.
I've got one that will get 15. Well, at least we'll start getting the quest for it.
Luthor Harkon.
Let's start moving towards Zlanopek. Local horde, the Carinate takes 2 turns.
The stronger, the better.
Let's go ahead and hold off. We'll be able to get the Awakened up to the Pirate Holdout, which I think is... That actually unlocks this, or was it? That unlocks this legendary lair, which decreases upkeep of lords and heroes, which is good, so we'll hold out for that.
I'm getting twitchy.
Honestly, I don't know if these scurvy dogs would be better, or if it would be a little bit more infantry to hold the line. We'll hold on to them for a little while, but I have a feeling I'm going to be recruiting the infantry here soon. I really wonder if they had some sort of non-aggression pact with the elves, with the high elves, the dark elves. Because this is rather interesting to see that the high elves are not declaring war, or at least not trying to get mad at them for trespassing so much. Fodder no more. Yeah, we want gunline.
I am the Pirate King. Get moving.
You know, it just comes to my memory here that we have a lot of these riddles. Beware the grave, for it calls to us all, but where will you rest, in peace and soil, or in the depths summoned by the maelstrom's call? So that's got to be the Galleon's graveyard, yep. And to find this treasure you must wander under the eyes of watchers that guard the ways and into the kingdom where the seasons rule. It's probably one of the Wood Elf factions over here, probably. Let's go ahead and upgrade the Awakening to a Pirate Holdout. We're going to have a rebellion over here, but it should be held back decently well, I think, but I guess we'll find out. We don't really have the money to recruit a lord at the moment. We might next turn, but this turn we'll just have to wait.
Curse my crowded
I'm gonna go to
psyche.
Slanopec and try to put it under siege, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, a lot of skink chiefs. Don't like that. Looks like the cult of Sotek. The Blessed Dread declared war on the cult of Sotek. Fine with that. They're not going to be able to get at them because they've only got one settlement left, I believe. Yeah. I think once the Lizardmen are dealt with and my public order is stabilized a bit more over in this next settlement, it depends even if I want to keep that settlement, honestly, but once it's dealt with a bit more, I think I'm going to send... I'd like some income from the Star Tower. I think it's got decent income. I'd have to take a look here, but I think that's where I'm gonna set up probably a pirate cove. Let's recruit a lord. Let's make him a pistol lord. And instigator, loyalty declines. Mastermind loyalty decline rate is lowered, nice. Gain loyalty from recruiting and fighting, nice. Okay, so we'll recruit this one.
Admiral of the fleet! Admiral of the fleet!
We'll go there, so you're Lord of the Deep. Denizens of the summoning rotting Prometheans. That's pretty cool. Let's go with summon rotting Prometheans, Kiss of the Deep, Tide called twice. Then we'll go here. And Vengeist's Revenge was really good, and we'll go Wind of Magic Power Reserve to be heavy damage. And we'll summon a gun on you.
I hear voices.
Luthor.
It is time.
Over here to Slanopec. I don't think we even have that many guys.
Lay them to waste.
Let's actually... We'll keep him as fleet engineer. And let's see.
Spill their blood.
So that'll be under siege. Let's see, what kind of units do they have? Yeah, those are going to be rough to deal with, especially in a siege scenario, since I don't have very much in the way of... So that's the Fractured Mind ability. Since I don't have much in the way of infantry to deal with, all that, this is going to be kind of difficult, but
Death is at the door.
I'm wondering if it would be better for them to even just sally out and come at me that way.
Burn hovel.
Guess we'll have to see what they decide to do. Oh, they are at war. Oh yeah, see, so now Pyrrhic victory probably means a lot of my guys are going to end up dead. Let's see, what do they got here? What do they got here? What can circle around us? Okay, so they have one Feral Cold One unit. They can get around us. Missile Specialist. This guy can circle around us. In theory, we'll be able to blast most of this out of the sky. This one hides. This one doesn't hide. This one hides. None of these units hide. What's our map look like? So it's a lot of forests. Relatively open, raised. I mean, I think we go for it. The chameleon skinks should be able to get taken up by the scurvy dogs. Same with the skink cohorts. The Croxagores, if I can focus them down, should die pretty quick. It's these Saurus Old Bloods that are going to be really difficult. To shoot down. Again, I don't have a lot of infantry. I think I might have to send some scurvy dogs in to deal with that. I might end up losing. I wonder if the we'll have to see. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is getting rid of the scurvy dogs and the. So they got reinforcements coming in from that way. So let's set up our lines here. White and Luthor Harkon. Let's make sure you don't run away. You're there. You stay put. You're like my last resort if I need you. Let's put scurvy dogs over here. Morn ghouls over here. Since the Morn ghouls are stalking, they won't be seen right away. Let's see if we can't.
Luthor Harkon!
Okay, they're gonna come in for us. Good. So their infantry, or rather the reinforcements, are relatively slow, so that'll be to our advantage. Let's back up.
Yes, master. At once.
I can!
Very well.
Back up a little bit so that the guns have longer to shoot.
Gunnery mob.
Oh yeah, the guns are taking them down real well.
Yes!
Their time is up!
Undead!
Taking down the flyers really well. So you refocus on the flyers. So the Kraken's pull, look at that, that's slowing them down really well.
Gunnery mob.
Luthor Harkon!
Who's next?
Gunnery mob.
Midnight Raider. Jumble on.
Gunnery mob. Gunnery mob. Zombies.
Time to die!
Gunnery mob. Yarr!
Blood lover!
Land lever.
Ah!
Giant!
I smell blood! We will kill! Zombie!
Fleet Captain!
Go ahead and heal these guys a little bit.
Seed bread. Attack! Gunnery mob.
Get captain!
Undead. Overboard! Gunnery mob. We serve.
I know you right.
Grape shot. Okay, so that's the proper gun lines right there. So the zombies are nearly dead, but then they did their function. They held so that the guns could do the majority of the work. Didn't even have to use the scurvy dogs, but let's... I totally forgot about them, honestly. Let's go chew through some guys here.
Fleet Captain!
Lives will end!
So the scurvy dogs are really good at tearing up fleeing enemies.
Attack Sadu Sadu!
have them for sure get rid of those Croxagores, because they're going to be the biggest difficulty for us. Once a unit is nearly completely wiped out like this, for example, they will just be destroyed regardless of how many units are actually left. Go ahead and speed this up a bit so that we can eliminate. Who are you and where are you going? Okay, so we annihilated a lot of their units, which is really great for us. The Mornghuls, I think I'm definitely holding on to them, but I might end up getting rid of those scurvy dogs since we weren't really using them too much. Might be a good idea to get rid of them and maybe get some more infantry to kind of shore up our flanks a little bit. I have a feeling if they weren't coming at us in a line like that, then we would have definitely had a situation where they would have overwhelmed the flanks a little bit since we didn't have anything guarding them that well. So let's go ahead and assimilate them to heal up our infantry a little bit, because we're going to potentially need them for the siege, assuming that we can't just auto-resolve that siege depending on how well that goes. Also, it looks like the Blessed Dread did declare war. I wonder if that was last turn. They declared war on the High Elves. So that's good for us. That means they're going to keep themselves busy. And it also means that we're kind of open to declare war on the High Elves because they are basically busy with the Dark Elves. And then once we take out the High Elves, the Dark Elves will be relatively damaged, so we can actually go down and take them out right away. And start working our way, depending on whether we want to go into Lustria or across the sea to where the Tomb Kings, where Harkon the Black used to be, and take him, take whatever killed him and destroy them. Let's see. Let's push on. We don't really have that many units that use Winds of Magic anyway.
Despoil and maim.
Let's see, we've got that, so let's go and start moving our way towards... So we'll need to really pump up the power of our guns, so let's go ahead and start moving that way. Start leveling him up, Luthor that way, to give some buffs to our gun lines.
Like fish.
We'll go with, for this fleet captain, let's go with evasion and magic power reserves.
There is little honor.
Utility belt, because that'll give Cackle Fruit another level, and then all hands fire is going to reduce the reload time for all missile units and artillery, which is really good.
Death is at the door.
Let's take a look. Yeah, so that's now a decisive victory since they basically have nothing left to stand against us.
Start the onslaught.
So, ooh, I really kind of want to sack it. Now that's a lot of money. So, yeah, sack.
Leave nothing behind.
Got another riddle. Oh, it's actually nearby. Let's see. It rises from Manon's firmament like a tooth unfettered from a yearning maw, but this fang's crown may be worth more than mere gold. So maybe the Star Tower. So we'll have to go do that.
Luthor Harkon.
So we'll throw another one into Reanimated Marksman.
My mind's war.
For him, we'll go with Earthing, and for this guy,
I smell
see.
a defector.
So there's Army artillery. Let's go with missile strength for missile units. The artillery doesn't really need that much help.
My ocean.
So So let's go ahead and get rid of
It was never in doubt.
2 of our mortars
My madness is not weakness.
and recruit a couple carronades. It's going to take a couple turns to recruit, which is fine.
Admiral of the fleet.
No! Blame you, you!
So this guy raise an army to help him defend. We're about to get that, so that's good. Let's go with salvage crews, because eventually these are going to just be bought up real fast, and we kind of need the Aminar's Resurrection. Requires all shanty verses. Aminar will now only attack your enemies. Nice. Army ability Aminar's Wrath. Oh, that's really cool. So we have to require all shanty verses. So we need all these shanty verses to unlock this. That's really cool. I think that's added with SFO. So we'll get this to kind of replenish our crews a little bit. This guy
The crew are restless.
can't really recruit anything. Not really. Like this is much more expensive due to the fact that it's global recruitment pools. So I don't want to draw from that. Honestly, Skaven tend to have a lot of infantry, so it might be worthwhile just to throw another one of those bloated corpses in there. That's fine. We'll going back to the Star Tower eventually, and we'll take Slanopec.
Those fools.
Pretty sure we'll be able to take our next couple of turns, recruit those carronades, and then take Slanopec without any resistance from the Cult of Sotek. I don't think they'll be able to. They pretty much won't be able to mount any sort of meaningful defense anytime soon because we dealt them so much damage last time. So I wonder where Teclis wandered off to that he's not defending. He probably went deeper in to face some of the Skaven that are in there, that are in the Lustria right now. That or he got himself into a war with Lizardmen. Oh, okay, so that Beastmen army. Okay, so we got those. Yeah, I think we're safe to auto-resolve this one, honestly. Like these we find take some damage. We'll get some treasure out of that fight.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News
Nice.
of your conquest spreads.
Thank you. Okay, so ambusher discovered. That guy's killed. Personality, the narcissist. So we got the Vangeister's Revenge again. That's really cool. Looking forward to that. So Harkon has reestablished some control over both his mind. Whoop! I moved it. Has reestablished some control over both his mind and his lands. Now the time has come to use this momentum to try and repair his psyche once and for all. His pirate kingdom has made great strides, but there will be no lull in the killing. Now is the time to lash out across his borders, especially at the lizard men of the New World, who gave him this cursed affliction of the mind. So now we have to occupy, loot, raise, or sack 8 different settlements.
Souls are booty.
Okay, let's see. So we definitely need that campaign movement range. And why don't we... Honestly, I think these rotting Prometheans might be better defenders than our standard... Though I do really am curious about the boarding crew. Oh, we have a huge surplus. Okay, so let's do that. Let's throw that in there. And And a bit of upkeep production, I think, would be a good idea.
An admiral to be admired.
So he managed to do some really good work, so we'll give him that. And have him start heading
have
down
sailed the world.
south to take Zautek.
Vampire of the waves.
So we're going to... So we'll leave it here. We're going to hope that... We're going to hope that the Beastmen don't attack Slanopek. Let's hope that they siege for one more turn. That way we can take
Harkon
Luthor
rules.
and attack them. They have mostly melee infantry, which is going to be super useful for us. That's going to be to our advantage. And then we'll be able to siege Lanopek ourselves and destroy them. Yeah, I think that's the direction we'll want to go with that. So here's hoping. So let's just check our diplomacy, see if we can...
Sacrifices to Mathlan.
See, I would open up a trade with you, Lokir, but you tried to kill us, and that makes me annoyed. So you're going to get yourself murdered now. Hope it was worth it.
King of the Vampire Coast.
Okay, so we are going to hope that that next time the Beastmen don't take Slanopek, so we can take it for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll just have to recolonize, which is kind of unfortunate, but not the worst in the world. So with that, I will thank everybody for watching, and we'll see everyone on the next episode of this playthrough. So have a good one.